I wanted to pop in here today to talk about some VA tasks you could be doing. And these are 3 things that could support clients who are online course creators. Now, I've mentioned before, if you've seen any of my trainings or if you're new to me, but there are a lot of business owners who are trying to grow an online presence. And with that comes some kind of digital product, usually a course. You'll also see ebooks, you'll see membership sites, you'll see coaching programs, you'll see some kind of online offering. First of all, one thing that clients need help doing, and it's super simple, but they need help when they have some kind of online course or tutorial or offer some kind of instruction online, they need help with their Zoom. Zoom is a way to have video conferences, and you can do it like per group, or you could do it one-on-one. Some people will offer one-on-one consulting and coaching. Some people will do the group coaching that way. But every single business client who does a Zoom needs to download the Zoom, save the file, back it up somewhere, and usually upload it somewhere. And case in point, I just started a new course myself because I'm a forever learner. And we had a meeting yesterday for our group coaching. And then she is going to upload the video. She was recording a hot seat and I had to leave early, so I couldn't finish the rest of the training, but she's going to upload it into Kajabi, which is a program where her course is hosted. It's also where my course is hosted, and you'll see a lot of online course creators using Kajabi. There's also tons of different programs. People can host their courses in their own WordPress website. You'll see people doing the courses just in Facebook, although technically illegal. You need to have content outside of Facebook, but you'll see Teachable, Udemy, Thinkific. Like there's a ton of different platforms where you could have your online course hosted. Even Google Classroom, that's a free way to do it. So what the VA will do is after the client is done teaching, especially if they're doing like the live, like a Facebook Live every week to their group, they'll download the video and upload it either from Facebook or Zoom or wherever it was filmed, and then upload it into the course platform. So that usually takes, you want to give yourself about 24 hours to get it up and then get it to your students, because not everyone's going to be able to watch it right away. Like I had to leave early yesterday. So this is a really simple task that you can offer that your client, because of the 80-20 rule, does not need to be doing at all, period. Like they don't need to be doing that. And with that service of uploading the video can come the task of sending out an email. Sometimes it's automated inside the platform. Sometimes it's a separate email in a different email platform where you just let the students know or the members know, hey, this video is uploaded and available. Sometimes if the videos are super long, a little bonus service that I have done is do the timestamps and talk about important content. Like, okay, around 6 minutes, we talk about this. Around 18-minute mark, we talk about this. So some people, especially if it's a generic, I don't want to say generic, but general business coaching, so they know where to go. The second thing you can do, we talk about this in the webinar as well, it's a Facebook community management. And it also can happen inside Kajabi. But as the students are going through the course and consuming the content, they'll have questions. Like today I had questions in one of my Facebook, in one of my course open, my week 2 information open this week. And so I'm getting questions and comments on the material. So I need help monitoring that, responding to people, making sure my students have the information they need. Some people are requesting PDFs, like they are visual learners and they want the PDFs, and this isn't the first time somebody has requested that. So I will need help from my VA to help serve these students because I can't get bogged down in all of the little things. I'm trying to work on some really big projects this week. I'm working on my quiz. I'm doing a quiz email funnel. I have to write down the results. I don't have to put the tech together, but I need to work on that. And there's a couple other things that are imperative that I do first before I get bogged down in these little tasks, although I like doing them and I'm very capable of doing them. So with the Facebook community management comes when a course creator will usually have a Facebook community as their bonus, as like extra access. And usually that's pretty like 99% of the time, there's a Facebook community with some kind of online paid course. And they don't always stay in the community forever. Sometimes after the course closes, they move on to an alumni group or the group just gets archived or whatnot. But somebody has to be accepting those members into the group, making sure those people have actually paid, making sure they're no one's like sneaking in there, because people do it all the time. I have so many people trying to get into my paid group, and sometimes they don't know, and sometimes they do know, or sometimes they're trying to get their sister in. And then on top of that, it's just making sure the content comes out every week, scheduling posts for that Facebook group and really nurturing their group, answering the questions, because again, the business owner can't be in there all the time. So those are two simple services that you could put on your VA landing page, on your resume page, on your Facebook page, and you could say, I can help with recorded, how should we need to name that something better. But obviously Facebook community management, moderating the settings, uploading the graphics, monitoring the contents and the members, and kicking people out, especially if they haven't paid. That accounts receivables goes up. People haven't paid or haven't updated their credit card. You have to get the members out of there if they're not going to pay. And somebody has to do that legwork. The Zoom coaching calls and emails that maybe we could just say like live training support and post-training support. I don't know. We can name it something cool, but that is needed. That is needed to help get the content delivered. So I'll think about a better name for that. I probably should have done that before I came live, but within the Facebook community, something else that you should be doing if you are offering this service, you should be collecting questions from your members, documenting them. Okay, this week, these are the questions everyone's asking, and make sure that your client has those and can answer them whenever they go live next, maybe for the next course if they're refilming, maybe so they could reach out to people who are personally struggling. And the other big thing, if you really want to be an all-star unicorn VA, is to collect the wins. You want to be collecting people's testimonials. You want to be collecting their reviews and good things they're saying, because your client will want to use that when they're launching again, when they're talking about their program and they're telling stories about their successes. And the VA is the one who's screenshotting those, collecting them, saving them in Google Drive, saving them in Dropbox, somewhere where they can be used again in the future. Because with those wins, your client is going to get better at marketing. Now, the last one, you also probably know, but it's about webinars. Amy Porterfield and many, many people are trying to use free demonstrations, workshops, classes, webinars to get people into their email funnel. And I did it too. And you do it by offering really good information and letting people decide if they want to work with you. Obviously, it is a sales pitch, but it's also delivering information. But during that webinar, they need a VA who's going to help do the PowerPoint, who's going to upload the slide decks, who's going to customize the webinar room. There are so many webinar platforms out there. I could just rattle off a ton, and you're not going to know them all until you click around and do it, but they're all basically the same. There's the live web, there's pre-webinar support. They need help scheduling the emails to remind people to go. They need during webinar support, live webinar support, which is answering questions, collecting questions, monitoring comments, and making sure the tech is going right and helping out the client with whatever they need. And then posting like the sales page at the right time, or just engaging with the people in the chat, or maybe reminding your client that she's late. I was 5 minutes late on one of my webinars. But there's also post-webinar support, which is similar to the first task we talked about, where you're downloading the recording, uploading it to a replay page, and somebody's going to be doing that within the next 24 hours, just like the first task we talked about with processing those Zoom coaching calls and whatnot, or Facebook Live. So somebody is doing that, and it should not be the business owner. At some level. I mean, beginning stages, yeah, the business owner is doing some of that, but there's also this whole component of webinars I haven't really talked about, where they stop being live and they start being evergreen. Evergreen is a buzzword in our industry, and it just means something is set on a cycle and it's running by itself. And the goal is to get your webinar going where it's making money and it's effective and it's converting and it's the best it could be. And then you set it on autopilot. And that's what the VA can help do. Help set it on autopilot, making sure the emails come out, making sure that as people buy, their orders are processed and they're put in the right Facebook group. I mean, it's all intertwined. So those are 3 tasks. Let's go over them. Webinar support, live and evergreen, Facebook community management support, and then we also have weekly content support. Let's call it that, where you're helping get the videos out every week. So I hope that helps you guys. I hope that will give you some keywords to say when you're in an interview so you sound smart. Even if you haven't done it before, it's not rocket science. You could totally do this type of work if it's something you want to do. And maybe you do it, maybe you don't love it. For me, it's the thrill of going live. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I am not a public speaker by any means, but I kind of enjoyed the webinars. It was fun to have like a little party together, and it was fun to have my team get together and work together. And I don't know, I kind of liked it. So it's not something I want to do all of the time, but it's fun to kind of put that under my belt and say that I've helped with that. And then so many business owners just need somebody who's going to be there with them live to make sure it's going right. So if you can know these keywords, you'll be golden.